I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to you why I wrote my new book. What was the impetus for writing this book? And the impetus is really found in the first paragraph. I'm going to read it to you. This was what frustrated me and inspired me to write this. The COVID-19 pandemic has been exacerbated by incomplete and opaque data supporting suspect analytics, economic turbulence despite trillions of dollars spent in overly generalized financial interventions, and civil unrest from years of ineffective blanket policy decisions. The inability to uncover and leverage the nuances in the data to make more effective and informed policy, operational, and economic decisions is more important than ever. However, improving decisions in a world of constant change will only happen if we create a culture of continuous exploring, learning, and adapting. Only when the learnings gleaned from detailed data can be quickly codified, disseminated, and assimilated will we drive more accurate and more relevant policy and operational decisions. Yes, the whole COVID-19, the civil unrest, the financial interventions were all the motivating factors for why I thought we needed to do something different. Now, my aspiration for writing this book had always been to make it a textbook, that somebody could really use it and learn from it. And I was very inspired because my previous book, The Big Data MBA, is used across a number of different universities across the world as a textbook for both engineering students, data scientists, as well as business students, to try to close that gap in trying to bring together the power of data and analytics with the power of business. And so I had high aspirations for this book, and I pushed myself, which led me to a real struggle on the title of this book. Now, my working title when I first wrote this was I was going to call it the Chief Data Officer's Toolkit, because there's such a need for a proactive methodology for chief data officers to get value from their data. And then I converted to something thinking about data monetization. Maybe the title needs to be about data monetization, maybe a data monetization toolkit or a guide. But then I realized that the single most powerful concept in business as well as society is the concept of economics. It's about how do we create value and wealth. And so I really wanted to apply an economics framework to show that data and analytics were new economic assets that were unlike any other asset we've seen in the past. An asset that never depletes, never wears out, can be used over and over again at zero marginal cost, and has the advantage, if constructed correctly, to get smarter, more valuable, more accurate, more reliable, the more it's used. So that was the motivation for this book. I really wanted it to be around economics. I wanted to have some teeth around it. And yeah, it makes the title really boring and it's probably going to scare off a lot of people. I don't care. I didn't write this for a lot of people. I wrote this for the small segment of people out there who really are frustrated by organizations around institutions and society's inability to leverage data and analytics to make much more informed policy and operational decisions. Yeah, folks. That's why I wrote the book, and I hope you enjoy it. By the way, I'm going to do a talk on each of the chapters, kind of explaining my rationale behind them and show, I hope, how each chapter builds to the next. I hope you enjoy the book. It was actually a lot of fun to write. Cheers.